Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Who Invited Her. We are San Diego's LGBTQ pop culture podcast.
You stroking out?
I know, I smell burnt toast. It's happening.
okay.
It's finally happening. I'm your host, Tony, and I'm here with my other host.
I'm Bash. Hello.
Yes, Bash is here this week, and the one who changes his name every episode, pretty much.
Cher.
Daddy Bear Eric.
Yeah.
Did you call me Cher?
Cher? Just one syllable, that's it.
Daddy Cher.
Daddy
Cher.
Oh.
And we have a special guest today, a fellow podcaster here in San Diego. It's Dangilo from the Bald and Bingeable podcast. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you guys so much
Where's
for having me.
Oh, look, the children are so happy.
Oh, there they are.
They're so happy that you're here.
There's so many people in this.
So
room,
many
guys.
people.
COVID protocols are being broken.
Broken every day here on the podcast. How are you, D'Angelo?
I am doing well.
Yeah, you're a fellow podcaster. So before we get into all of your podcasting stuff, I did want to bring up something. You came back from Mexico, Eric, and you were in the earthquake that was just happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a 7.0 earthquake. I was in Mexico City. It was near Acapulco.
Yeah.
I had just checked into my hotel like 15 minutes. So I was changing into my pajamas and it like fucking went insane.
That
And
just happened like what, Tuesday or Wednesday this week?
Tuesday, yeah. And I couldn't remember where the table was because I was in this like long hallway room into another room, and so I was just like, well, I'm just gonna stand here. I have no idea what to do because I can't see anything because the power went out.
Oh,
You have
geez.
pajamas?
You wear pajamas? Are they like the old man pajamas?
It's just like sweat shorts and a tank top.
Oh, that's
Oh.
not.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
please.
I thought you were like in the blue stripy. stuff,
Yeah.
like
Oh
the
my
silk
God.
and-
Can you
A
imagine?
sleep shirt with the Ebenezer screech.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Oh my God,
The
that
little
would be
cone hat?
amazing. Can you
Yeah.
please bring that back?
Silk ones.
Anyway, so you almost died in a natural
Yeah.
disaster.
Yeah, and
In
then
Mexico.
and then I walked downstairs and asked
just have a cocktail.
asked the front desk, "Where's the bar?"
Of course, as one does.
So how bad was the shaking?
It felt like a good minute. I told our friend Janika I thought it was like in a 6 earthquake because I'm from LA, so I've gone through like I don't know 10
Was it
earthquakes
like
in my life.
the shakes, like Bash's shakes,
It was-
hung over
it
the
was
next
rolling.
morning? No,
Not those.
It was
no. Okay.
It was rolling like Bashy's driving. As she's
Oh,
going-
okay,
Going
now-
down
okay,
University.
now I have a visual.
You're driving
Got it.
over all the bodies.
All right.
That's what it's like.
D'Angelo, have you been in an earthquake here in San Diego?
No. Well, actually, a couple years ago, the one that happened on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a couple years ago. It was probably like 10 years ago now or something. But
Isn't it fucking weird that they're always on holidays?
yeah.
Why
And-
does it happen?
No
I don't
idea.
know.
And
Anyway.
I just remember we were on the highway, and it was just like one of those places where you're getting off.
Yeah.
So our car stopped, and then we felt the shaking, and I was like, "Something's wrong with this car." I was thinking the computer in the car.
Yeah.
I was like trying to think of, and then all of a sudden you look around, and everybody else is looking like wide-eyed at you, and you're like, "Oh, this is an earthquake! It's my
Oh,
first
shit.
Earthquake.
Because I've only been here for like 12 years." So it
Oh,
was
where are you
just-
from originally?
I'm from Ohio and New York.
Ohio and New. Okay.
Yeah. just
And
kind
you were
of-
just in Ohio. How was Ohio now?
Ohio was Ohio. So I am getting old. Like I have completely been like admitting now.
Yeah.
And I have issues because I used to like dance when I was younger. So
Yeah.
I had a whole hip situation where I comes out of joint.
What kind of dance?
I was a musical theater and
Oh,
jazz. and that kind of
okay.
thing. So and some
Theater
like
kid.
hip hop. So, but doing all that for a long time,
Yeah.
I've racked my body. So I ended up being like bedridden at my parents' house
Shut
for
up.
like 2.5 days.
Wait, how old are you?
Like I just turned 40, but
Oh
the
my
body
God,
is older
you're
than
not
that.
even old.
The body is older than that. Like I got like street years on here, but like
Don't we all?
yeah,
Don't we
So,
all?
Why are
it
you
hasn't
looking
just
at
been
me?
highway driving. It's been like
Looking at me.
I was like, "Why are you looking at me?" Jesus.
I'm just saying.
I think he was looking at both of us.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Where in Ohio though?
so Youngstown. It's a little city. It's a college town now.
Okay.
because There's nothing else there. It was
feel
a
like I've
steel
heard of it.
city back in the day, and then as that industry started to move out, my parents, they stayed there, and my dad just recently retired for like General Motors,
Oh.
So it was like this whole thing. So, we had a nice little life in Ohio. And then my dad, when I was younger, he would live in New York City for half the year because he was working for a company back then. My dad's very smart. Like, I don't have those mathematical,
pick up
scientific
those
genes. Like, I did not pick up any of that. But
You
my
got
dad
the artsy.
I really
genes.
did. My
Oh,
dad,
see,
I'm like,
same here.
I'll paint it. My dad's like, what? You know, but so my dad worked in New York City for a while. He was a biochemist and worked at the World Trade
shit.
Center.
Wow.
And so, and then he moved on from that because he didn't want to not be with me and my sister.
Yeah.
My sister's 8 years younger than me. So when she was born, there was like kind of like this shift of, okay, my mom can't be going back and forth to the city and all that. So my dad started working for General Motors and then worked his way. They put him back in school, and then he started doing this whole electrical thing and did all this OSHA safety.
So we
thing.
went from biotech to electrical?
Yeah.
Shit.
I told you, my dad.
Yeah,
knows, like,
that's
science
right.
and math.
Yeah.
He knows this stuff. So
What made you come to San Diego? Why San Diego?
relationship.
Oh, you moved for a boy?
I did.
Oh,
A man.
a man.
It wasn't a boy. It wasn't a boy. It was a man. Yeah, like 12 years ago. I have told this story, but I'll tell you guys real quickly. So I was kind of on a rebound, and I came to San Diego for a special event conference that was here, and kind of like a young gay amongst all these older gays, because it's a special event industry, you know.
Yeah.
Top of the park,
Tourists,
top of the bay.
And so it was all this. I had a lot of fun when I came out here and met this guy.
Yeah.
And so he was the ambassador for their special event. His name is Anthony Bellata. People know him in the community and whatnot. He's the president of the board at Homestart, and there's also Bellata Entertainment. So.
Oh, okay.
But we met back then, kind of hit it off that night, and I got stuck in San Diego for an extra 24 hours, and we kind of spent that time together. And then it was just like constantly on the phone every 2 to 3 weeks, figuring out ways that like I'll go stage manage here and I'll be able to visit him in Vegas. And so we really found
So
this
you worked
way.
it out.
Yeah, we worked it out. And then like 7 months later, it was like, we got to do something here.
Yeah.
This is getting crazy. So I ended up driving cross country. He came, we packed up my car and just did like a week where we went into each little city, very romanticized, but like went into like a city every night, you know, into like Chicago.
Yeah.
And, like then there's places that there's nothing. So like, you know, like in like South Dakota. So we actually
South Dakota.
Yeah, but we did go to the Mount Rushmore and that kind of thing. So it was
Okay.
like this whole very beautiful way of getting here. And then I got into San Diego, and it was just, here I am. And it's a gorgeous place to live.
It is.
And
You can't
so-
beat the weather.
Exactly.
Except for today. It's
It's
hot as
been
fuck.
fucking horrible.
I know.
mean,
Well,
it's been
I-
very hot.
Schwitzing.
It's been for us. It's hot.
It's
here in
hot.
San
Yeah.
Diego.
Well, I mean, it's September. We're supposed to be pumpkin spice.
Yeah. Also, what the fuck was with that nuts thunderstorm
The other
like?
night, did you?
I loved it.
I thought
loved
it was
too,
amazing.
but I was like, this came out of nowhere.
I was
know.
like, it's War of the Worlds. They're coming. They're coming down in the lightning.
I am convinced we are on like the first chapter of The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
That's what's
yep.
happening
Yeah.
right
or
now,
like
so.
Geostorm or Day After
I
Tomorrow.
hope it is Walking Dead zombies and not World War Z zombies.
I mean, they're
I would
already out
prefer.
and about.
yeah.
Anti-vaxxers.
Oh, that's true.
He whispered it like one of us is.
I know. Not me. D'Angelo, when did you for your day job you do events planning?
So I don't plan events. I'm actually
Okay.
I'm a talent agent basically.
Okay.
So I work for Bellata Entertainment, which is an event. My partner.
Yeah.
We did not start off when I moved here. I did not work with him, so I needed to find my own life. I
Wait, you
found
guys
my
are
own
still
way.
together?
We're still together.
Oh, that makes
Yeah.
the story even
It's like
better.
12 years later. Well, the reason why we're
Oh,
still
that is so
together
cute.
is because I found a life outside of my relationship too.
That's
You know what I mean?
important.
And
Very
so
important.
I think a lot of people, when they transplant themselves to move for a relationship, they just kind of dive in with that person. And they
Yes.
don't find a personality or a friend group or just a life of their own.
Or
Yep.
what they're passionate about.
Oh,
they don't.
completely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you hold on to that person's passion, but it's theirs. It's not yours.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's all
I
just
totally
potential.
get that.
At that
Yeah.
point. Yeah. When you're just looking at somebody's passion saying like, oh, I want it. No, you're just potential. And that's nothing. That's just going to be like,
That is so true.
it's going to be contempt later on in the relationship. Like,
Yeah.
you got to actually go out and do something. And so that's what I did. So I worked for different companies here in San Diego. I actually started working at the Hotel Del. I was at a salon there for a while. So switched up my gears there it was like the middle of the recession, you know, like 2009.
Yeah, around there.
And so there was no special events happening. It was like
Yeah.
that whole time when everybody's pulling back their funding to go to like Vegas and all that kind of thing. So I landed back on my feet with makeup. And so I'm a makeup artist.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Hate it. I do not want to pick up another
You know what?
brush.
I used to do costume designing for theater for years. That like was my bread and butter. But I hate it.
There you go.
I can't. I do it for Halloween, and that's it.
You're pretty
I
good
worked
at
with
it.
I
You are-
hate doing
you are
it.
good.
Yeah, it was brides mostly at the hotel.
Oh, really?
shit.
So it was one and done, mother the bride, and just they will take your whole entire life.
What's the worst
Yeah.
bridezilla you've had?
It wasn't the bridezilla, it was the family. Once it was a small salon there at the Hotel Del,
Yeah.
and they'll be coming in, and there was one day where I want to say there was like 8 different bridesmaids plus moms, and then the bride and a couple other matriarchs of the family, and it was money. When you're at the Hotel Del, if you're gonna have a big wedding,
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
And for
You're
people
doing
who
well.
are not in San Diego, Hotel Del is the historical
It is-
hotel where
Some Like It
Some Like
Hot.
It
Some Like It Hot. Yes, was
Uh,
filmed. Yeah.
Baywatch.
Baywatch.
Yeah,
yes.
there's a lot of things. It is seriously, it's my favorite. I can't.
Oh,
say that.
one
It
of
is-
the and
it is
it has
the most-
one of the most haunted rooms.
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
But it literally, it's like
It's
the
gorgeous.
best hotel. In
Oh,
San Diego.
it's
it's
gorgeous.
so-
I mean, Disney used it and they planned their
The Grand
hotels around it.
Floridian,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And so, but this story. So
Yeah.
when these girls were all coming in, well, as each girl came in, and this started at 9 a.m. And the wedding wasn't until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So you know how they're shifting in.
Yeah.
And the girls are showing up, and each one has a bottle of champagne. as she
Oh,
shows
no.
up. And each one. And then there's like a moment like around like noon
Yeah.
where these girls are just trashed, but they're pretty because they're getting the hair and
Yeah.
makeup done. And it's, can we get burgers?
Oh no.
And it was like, yeah, they have great burgers here. So then I'm trying to do girls like face while she's eating a
Just
full
macking
burger.
on
Shut
a
up.
massive
Like,
restaurant burger.
That's amazing.
it was just, and the Hotel Del has some damn good burgers.
They do.
That's
They
where
do.
you get a burger when
I
you're
think
there.
what's that little bar that's close to the beach where they
Babcock
usually
and
have
Story?
that one? Yeah.
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 They just renovated all that stuff.
Did
too.
they really?
Oh,
I was just
wow.
over there on accident. I went to the wrong brigantine.
There's only like 3.
Wow.
I guess there's one in Imperial Beach, and my friends
Yeah.
were like, the one on Silver Strand, and I'm
Yeah.
like, cool, Coronado. And then I got there, and I
Oh,
was
no,
like,
I
oh no,
mean,
you guys meant Mexico.
Yeah. In Mexico.
Why does the water smell different?
I know. Why is it brown? How did I
love
get
that
pink
dude.
eye? No, I'm kidding.
No. Actually, Silver Strands is a great beach.
It's
They-
a wonderful.
You got to
beach.
Yes.
pay for it, but it's
Yeah.
Back in the day, it wasn't. There was like hypodermic needles everywhere. It was a horrible beach.
I will say
And
there's a
then
lot
they-
of seaweed over there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't have like icky toe
It
syndrome.
feels like everywhere though. Like you go to like Mission
getting
Beach
worse.
and it's just
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
seaweed and like sand flies.
Have you guys been to the beach lately, though?
No.
No.
The water is
Is
go.
disgusting.
It's like
Oh.
80 degrees.
Oh, I
Oh,
bet.
yeah. It's
It's
the
so
one
nice.
time a year.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like run. The tourists are gone. The water's warm. Go.
Oh, the
Oh,
tourists.
cute. Look
The
at that
tourists.
tip.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much here on the San Diego podcast.
Well, let's talk about your podcast.
Okay.
How did you? Okay, give us the rundown for anybody who doesn't know your podcast. What can they expect? What is it about? All of that good stuff.
It's a little bit of everything, but it's mostly pop culture. I deep dive into random TV shows, a lot of housewife
Yes.
bullshit. And then, just gay and ally kind of people, and just anything that I can find that's like I find bingeable or people that I like, social media influencers, that sort of a thing. So it kind of became out of during the pandemic,
Yeah.
and I had already had this thought in my head where I'm going to do this podcast, and I had been working on the sideline with Ross Matthews and
Oh, yeah.
producing his
Yeah.
live show like here. in
Yeah,
San
I remember
Diego.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did a couple
Yeah,
things
that's
together.
right.
And so, and his
he was on our show for.
Oh, do you know like
yeah.
TJ and all them? Or?
Yeah, CJ's
Yeah,
been on
yeah.
our show. Yeah,
CJ's one of my best.
CJ, sorry.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
text and that
We've
sort of
had
thing, so.
we've had all of them on. Ross was on, Nikki was on, CJ was on, Fegsy's been on. Yeah,
Wonderful. You
Yeah.
guys have got the
Yeah.
whole roundup.
Yeah.
And there's such a great group. And the thing was, and it was like, oh, I wanted to kind of get my feet into this
Yeah.
whole thing. But then pandemic hit, and it was just kind of one of those projects, but I was always so damn busy.
Yeah.
And so then when the pandemic hit and it became this moment of like, I miss my friends.
Yeah.
And so I started, with Nelson Castillo and Gunther. He used to be a
Gunther,
bartender.
yeah.
He used to be a bartender. Gunther
Yeah.
Vanderpump.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who was like, he's doing something on TV. We all got to be knowing about it. So keep your eyes on him right now.
He
knows
exploded
something's
in
happening.
COVID. Like his social
Yeah, his
media
like
blew
TikTok
up.
and
Yeah.
all
And
of
the
that.
thing, because you had all these people who were into being in front of people,
Yeah.
like to like talk and whatever, and then you pulled us all back and had us stay in our home. So it was like, how do I connect? And how do I do these things? So we started this online thing. It started on Instagram. It fell to Facebook, and then it went over to YouTube a little bit. But the Facebook audience was great, and it was Binge Bitches.
Yeah.
And we would just get together and talk about what we were watching, and then it had these little sidelines with like BB Gun. We were doing like
BB.
Oh,
yeah,
BB.
we were
been
doing
on our show.
we were doing Charm School, with Monique.
Oh yeah.
So we did like a recap of that, and so it was all the visual. And then as things started picking up for me back at work again, because virtual conferences and that, and virtual entertainment, so it was like, okay, let's push this into the audio form. And so, and at that point, I had already had a bunch of episodes under my belt producing we had a work podcast called Balladified, which is a special event industry podcast all about event entertainment. And we get some like world-class masters on there and everything.
Yeah.
So it just kind of cut my teeth on how to edit and how to just
How to
publish.
podcast.
Yeah. And so I practiced on other people's stuff. It was great.
Because I know when I've started this, and I've said this before, it was like I had no idea what I was doing.
Oh,
And
I still don't know.
Oh, and
I was gonna say Tony still doesn't know.
no, there's
Nobody
still
does.
new stuff.
This is
every day.
like podcasting is the Wild West. Like
Oh, it
people
is.
jump
Oh,
in.
and I love like when people want to start a podcast and they go, "I'm just gonna do it," and then they only last like 8 episodes because they're like, "It's so much work."
It's a lot of work. I'm on
so
like
much work.
25, 26 right now.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
I was
you're
like,
clear. You're
I
gonna
know,
keep
you're
it up
clear.
there. Yeah.
I was like, I need 2-week break and I'll be back. You know what I mean? But like,
We go
Yeah.
all year. We only take 1 month off.
Well, it's usually September.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing here?
We had what?
We had a long break.
Yeah, we had a long break this year. I was like,
we had
need
some
it.
hiccups this year.
well, you
that's
need
for sure.
mental.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah.
that little
Yeah.
break sometimes.
How?
You need to pull
Okay.
back.
Oh wait, were you doing the show during COVID?
We were, and then we popped over and we cut off Binge Bitches,
Yeah.
and then I needed something that was a little bit more like whatever.
Oh,
so it
see,
became
Binge
Bald and
Bitches was probably because you had
It was
TV
pre.
to talk about.
Yeah.
We were like, what are we gonna talk about?
It was so-
It was
But then-
so hard.
And then everything kind of pulled back because there was no
Yeah.
more new television.
Yeah.
And so I just started going with this Bald and Bingeable. And then
Yeah.
I started bringing on like mediums and like Dr. Carlton.
oh,
you
Dr.
know.
Butt Doctor. He's
Exactly.
great. He's so fun.
I love him. He's
Yeah.
the sweetest
yeah,
man.
that was a
Really
good,
good.
very
It was.
educational episode. If you guys haven't heard it, go back and listen. It was very educational.
Any episodes. He's on Sean T's podcast
Yeah.
recently.
I know.
Like, he's blown up.
oh,
Yeah.
he's gotten huge.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
him.
Where were we? We went to like
Where was it?
the hole with him, and he
Yeah.
had just like people coming up, and then
Yeah, it was so.
you're like a
funny.
gay celebrity. I don't
I
know.
They're
know.
like, you healed my hole. Like,
Yeah.
You've done so much for me.
I know. It's better though because like when you're out with other people who are like out and about, like if you're with like say like a Ross Matthews,
Yeah.
people will come up and talk about their depression, and you're just
Oh, I
like,
know.
okay, we're like
Oh.
eating nachos, and like somebody's like, you really helped me out of this moment, you know? You're just
Yeah.
like, oh, here's a good story. So we'll sideline real quick. Was I had Gloria Stefan 2 years ago. So we were running. There's
Oh,
a
shit.
conference that comes here to town called Latitude. It's based out of here, and it's
Yeah.
about Latin. Oh my God, I'm not even thinking, but it's Latin mainstream culture, the
Okay.
economic, that kind of thing, and the impact. And it goes hand in hand with this other conference called NAREP, which is the National Hispanic Realtors Association. So they have star power because they brought in recently, in the past like 2-3 years, Emilio Estefan is now one of their
Oh, wow.
3 heads who produced this conference.
Yeah.
And so with
Wow.
Saul Trujillo and Gary Acosta. So like it's amazing to see, and it's so empowering just being a little brown boy, seeing like these like money people and everything. So and I've got to deal with like J-Lo, I've got to deal with, A-Rod.
And this is with the event job that you do.
With,
So
with
you
the company that I work with. Yeah. So
Wow.
with Ballada
Oh, now I have
Entertainment.
so many questions.
Yeah, so
I love all that shit. Like
so back on the
Gloria Stefan.
Gloria Stefan. So we were she was presenting an award to her husband one evening, and so that's why she was in town for this. Plus, she just supports, and her daughter was performing that night, Emily, and who's also amazing, like queer voice right now too. But they do the Red Table Talks, but on the Latin side. So
Oh.
yeah,
Oh,
so
yes.
so Gloria is there, and we're standing. and she's waiting to go on, but it's like this big open area because it's like it's a gala, you know, so people are just sitting in all the seats out in front, and there's a big huge like space for the dance floor, and then there's the stage. So he's up there, and so when you're waiting on sideline, everybody can see you.
Yeah.
So she's standing there with me, and she sees as people like get closer, so she went and sat on the seats, and people would come over and like talk to her and like gotta try to get a selfie while stuff is going on stage.
Right.
It's like there's a whole program happening. So we're standing waiting for her to get on, and people keep coming over. She was like, I have to hide. And so she doesn't find anywhere to hide but me. So I'm wearing like, you know, my suit jacket. So she like crawls over and she gets inside my jacket under my arm.
Oh my
And
God.
I'm like, oh my God. Like 8-year-old me is freaking
freaked.
out right now.
Yeah.
You're like Miami Sound Machine. Oh my God, she's
And
in my.
doc to beat. Like it was just like it was instant. It just happened. And so I like all these. Like I'm singing song, reach stronger, and she's like sitting in my wing, and then like she like goes off onto stage, and I'm like, that just happened. Like I'm like Gloria Estefan was just touching me and whatnot,
Oh my
and then
God.
we
See,
go
I would have
backstage,
freaked out.
and
I love
Emilio
Gloria.
knows me by name. He was like, Dangilo, where's the bathroom? You know what I mean? So we're just like. It's just a surreal moment. So there's those little fun things, but that was like just sideline story about Gloria.
Oh, I
Like,
love that.
wow.
I was obsessed with her as a kid in Miami Sound Machine.
the sweetest woman. But back to so when we were walking off, so her daughter's performing later on. I'm bringing this back now to the depression thing. So she's standing in the middle, like she crawled up, you know, basically Gloria. She's tiny, so she can kind of maneuver through a crowd, and she did. So she was upstage upstage center. Jesus,
Fronter?
now I'm having
Fronter?
It's okay.
I'm having the.
Are you smelling
I'm so sorry.
toast?
No, his
It's
shit's
happening. I
contagious.
taste pennies.
It's contagious.
Yeah.
It's
I taste
contagious.
pennies. But
Pennies mean blood when
who
you're eating
knows?
ass.
no way. Ugh. Okay. So then we're gonna sideline
Whoa.
I know.
Let's move on.
Wow.
Go ahead.
that. So Gloria, she's like, people are starting to crowd her. So, and it's like her daughter's like singing and just doing this like full concert. And so as she's coming off stage, people are like coming up to her, Gloria, you don't understand. Your song helped me so much when my husband left me. And they're taking selfies with her.
Oh, man.
In the middle of a dance floor, people are celebrating, and one woman's crying, and Gloria's like, "What?" She's like, okay."
When I want to meet like my idol and be like, you're all right.
Who bet?
Yeah, I'd be like,
Yeah.
yeah, you did a good job.
I
what
love
I
when
would
you
do.
meet them and they're nice. And
I've met a couple,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I shouldn't have met him in person. Now I'm not a
Yeah.
fan anymore. Adina Menzel. Horrible in person.
Oh.
I met her twice. Every interaction with
I
her.
heard Anna Kendrick's a little difficult.
Yeah, you know who was amazing? Christian Chanowitz. I remember
could see
seeing
that.
her
I could
after
see that.
Wicked when we
Gracious.
were in San Francisco. Me and my brother, and she looked at me and my brother. She was like, twins. She came up to her. Yeah, she was really nice.
If you guys were famous, do you think you'd be mean or nice?
It
I'd be
depends.
nice.
Am I
I
eating?
think what's that?
Am I eating?
You're eating.
Yeah, you're eating.
Then I'm probably not as nice. You know what I
Really?
mean?
Yeah.
But if you're
I see
like,
what you're saying.
yeah,
Okay,
like if you're sitting down at a table and you're eating a meal and that
Yeah,
sort of thing.
that's like-
wait between
wait.
courses. That
I
kind
would
of thing.
I would hate to get interrupted at a restaurant.
Have you
I
seen
know,
that
that
picture
would
of like
piss me
Justin
off.
Bieber sitting there on like a patio and there's like 50 people?
I feel bad
watching
for him.
Yeah.
Like that. I wouldn't want to
Hey,
be
it's
fishbowled all the
it's
time. but like,
the payoff. I mean, they get
Yeah.
fame and celebrity and.
I don't think
riches
I'd wanna
and-
be famous.
Yeah.
No.
But-
What's D'Angelo? What celebrity did you meet that lived up to your expectations? That you were really excited for, and then you met them and you were like, "Oh my God, thank God they did not disappoint me."
Well, Ross
Yeah.
has been one of those people, super gracious. Nicole Byer.
oh, I love
I
her.
met her
Yeah.
2 months ago.
Yeah.
And it was just like, so I took a gig in LA for Barracuda. So I moonlight and I do the dance thing on the side. But and don't do it very often because this is old. But
Because of your hip.
exactly. I can't come tonight. I'm sorry, but I'll tweet about it.
I'll take a Boniva. I'll be fine.
I could do it with a walker.
A
I mean,
walker with the
seriously.
tennis balls.
Today I'm gonna sit and eat on the
Yeah.
box and just, give me a hot dog and a beer. But
He's like chowing down on Taco Bell on the go-go.
no, you
box.
don't do that. So
No.
you don't need gas when you're up
No,
there on the
that's
box. Yeah, your booty's like
That's
in,
a
like-
whole nother
like
show.
sideline. But But Nicole was great. She, when I was working in Meatball and her, are really good friends.
Yeah,
They were
Meatball's
besties.
funny.
Yeah, and
Meatball at DragCon.
she was one of the hosts for the night for Barracuda, and so I'm just standing back there, and I was like getting dressed between like things, and like in walks Nicole Byer, and it was just very surreal. It was like, hi, and she's exactly who you want her to be.
Really?
Just, like, fun, nice, full of stories, just really like personable.
Yeah.
Loves the whole scene and just gets it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so
Oh, nice.
she was a great one to meet recently.
Who disappointed? What does it rhyme with if you don't want to name them? Shut up, Bash.
Okay, I'm not gonna say a name.
What does it rhyme with? What does it sound like?
What industry are they in?
Drag.
Okay.
She's
Ooh.
drag. Before season 6, and so she was here in town, and I don't know if she's changed. So, but we were working at the Hotel Del for Drag Me to the Del.
We know who it is.
Yeah, we do.
It was the first year.
We know. We've heard. I think
Yeah.
we had a friend of ours say not so nice things about this.
Because it was a nightmare. Like,
Really?
she changed her flight the day of,
Oof.
pushed it. Then she didn't get there until after meet and greet started. So these kids who spent money
and-
on their ticket. So it's not just like, people pay to go. And not only that, but the thing is, it's a show that's not in a bar. So
Yeah.
a younger person can go.
Yeah.
And she didn't
Oh, that's
deliver
terrible.
for them.
Yeah.
And so she was late for that. She came in halfway through the show. The rest of the queens were just over it. Like, I had Jackie Beat that year and Lady Bunny, and everybody was
Beat's
just kind of like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I guess,
Wait, who,
like,
am I thinking the same queen?
I think we know.
Who does it rhyme with?
I'm not gonna do that.
Come on, somebody.
I don't want to do it because I don't want to like be like blackballed.
Yeah.
Oh,
from
I'll
booking
say it.
with
I
that
don't care.
company.
I think
Whisper in my ear.
I think we know a drag
Because
queen
other
that's
people
had
at that company are
similar-
great.
Yeah.
Because I
But
think Miriam
Oh,
had that experience.
yeah,
Somebody
so
did.
Yeah.
but she just, and then after
you
the
can tell me
gig-
on break.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
tell you on break.
Yeah.
She
See if
just
it's the same person I'm thinking.
yeah, but she just didn't like. She wasn't worth the trouble.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the set wasn't even where you wanted it to
Yeah.
be. She had a brand new show out. I'm
Okay.
giving you that like.
I
little
know,
hint right there.
I know,
And
okay,
so,
yeah.
yeah, and like so it was all this stuff. So she was like hot in the industry, and we were so
Yeah.
excited to have her. We paid her fee. We paid more then we
Yeah.
changed her flight. It was just like one thing after the next, and then even at the end of the night is that these kids are coming up and they want pictures and everything, and it was like. At this point, we're not even doing anything. Let the kids get their pictures because
Yeah.
you weren't here for the meet and greet.
And these kids or their parents are they're so excited. This is probably going to make their year.
Well, that was it.
Yeah,
you
that
know? And you
sucks,
plan
dude.
and like you do the advertising, do the
Yeah.
promotion. You're so excited, and everybody else delivered that year. You know what I mean? Like every other performer that we had on was so phenomenal. All the local girls,
Mm-hmm.
all the legends that we brought in. And then you have like one bad apple who just kind of like soured the experience a little, you know? And
That's not
so that was a little bit of a bummer, but the rest of the show was beautiful, and we kept on
Yeah.
doing it. We did next year, had somebody else instead.
You're like,
brought,
we're not bringing
yeah.
her back.
We brought like Willem, we brought Gia Gunn. We had some
Yeah.
fun, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was a little.
Oh, that's
disheartening
cool
that one
though.
year. Mhm.
Oh wow.
So that's the one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
But on that night, you guys, we're going to take a quick break, and then we will be back. We're going to get Dangilo's take on a bunch of stuff you should binge watch.
Okay.
And it's going to be a quick, rapid fire, first thing that comes to your head. It's going to be fun.
Like you're
Oh,
throwing this at me.
we're gonna
I
get
know.
canceled.
I
We're gonna get
love
canceled.
this. We'll be right back, you guys.
In the world of male sexual health, getting an erection isn't always the problem, but instead premature ejaculation may be the issue. The great news is, Hims has that covered with either a spray, a pill, or both. Formulated with lidocaine, the spray works by altering the sensitivity to the sprayed area without overly numbing. Unlike other topical products, it's absorbed by the skin without transferring to your partner. Spray to the most sensitive areas of your penis 5 to 10 minutes before game time. This spray absorbs quickly and stays local to the applied area, rather than numbing the sensation of your entire penis. Studies have shown men can last 64% longer when using the spray. Hims offers men access to high-quality medical products for issues all men face, but rarely take care of, and HIMS is a trusted destination for sound medical guidance with both prescription and non-prescription solutions. Sex should be fun for all. HIMS helps you enjoy this pleasure longer with a quick and easy spritz. Try HIMS today. Go to whoinvitedher.net/HIMS. That's HIMS. HIMS is a one-stop shop for sexual wellness, hair loss and skincare for men. They can connect you to FDA-approved treatments backed by science. Prescription products are subject to medical provider approval and require an online consultation with a medical provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate, all from the comfort of your own home. See website for full details and safety information. That's whoinvitedher.net/HIMS.
Hey everybody, we're back from break. We are refilled drinks and all that good stuff. So before we went to break, we were talking a little bit about drag. This week, because I mean, RuPaul's Drag Race feels a little saturated. I don't know if everybody's tired of it.
We've been living RuPaul for years.
Shit, I know. But the drag that I do love is coming back with a new season, the Boulet Brothers, and it's going to be on Shudder. That app, the horror app. I love the Boulet Brothers. I love Dragula. I think it's probably I prefer it over Drag Race actually.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
They're different.
They're different. I can appreciate.
I
them
love
in their own
that
sphere.
shit. I love the horror. I love that stuff.
It finds some real good stars too, like Bitch Puddin' and
I love Bitch
Meatball. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, there's some really good people.
And Landon Sider was the winner of last season. So this season they have their first trans contestant and an old RuPaul girl. J. Jolie is part of it.
Shit.
Yeah.
She changed her whole aesthetic.
Really? Whole of it.
Not Taylor Swift anymore.
Nope.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yeah, and they have the biggest prize money ever for Dragula. It's $100,000, just like RuPaul.
I love them hosting too.
Yeah.
I think they're so funny.
Oh, I think they're so weird. I love it. Do you watch it, D'Angelo?
I do. It's one of those series that like I picked up late, like halfway into first season. I was like, oh, what is this? And it was a complete like craziness freak show. I'm like, loved that. And then the second season when you like know people, so you kind of keep on watching and that.
Yeah.
But, I find it to be one of the. It's very rough, which I do like.
Yeah,
I love that.
And it gets back to the whole. Everybody's making their costume. They're putting the looks together. Whereas in Drag Race, a lot of times it's what do you bring from home?
Yeah, so the first trans performer for Dragula is, I love the name, Bitter Betty.
Nice.
Well, that's a great name.
Right?
That's a great name.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great season. One, they have a bigger budget. And when you up the prize money, people take it more seriously, I think.
They get more cutthroat.
Yeah.
I want to see that, like, Drag Race go there, though. Like, Drag Race, it's starting to look like they're going to start forming alliances, almost like a Survivor, where, like, that would be great for All Stars.
I love that.
Can we just throw them on an island, actually?
Can we and see what drag queens survive?
They're like making drag at a coconut husk.
Oh, that would
shit.
be amazing.
Yeah.
Just, like, shaking around.
I skinned a shark and made this gown.
Sand, it's glass now. I've turned it into glass.
But I want to see that, like a little bit more of like that, let's vote her out because she's so good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really.
They never do that. They always take the
I
high
don't. I
It's
would
because
vote
the
everybody
fandom.
else. I would be like, nope, you're the best. You're out of here because I want to win. Sorry.
That's what All
It's the
Stars is for.
fandom, though. It's the fear, though. That's
It
the
is.
reason why RuPaul doesn't vote.
Yeah,
RuPaul doesn't.
for All
RuPaul
Stars.
doesn't give it to you because she's afraid of the fans at this point because
Yeah.
they get
Yes.
so crazy on Twitter
do.
and on
do.
Instagram.
This is true.
So this way, RuPaul's not in the
She washed her
is
hands.
She
not-
has taken a very neutral role.
Yeah.
in the-
Yeah.
in
So
the
she
past-
lets the girls do it. And that's the reason why, like, the year that Valentina was on, she had such star power and had that huge following that none of the girls really wanted to push her out.
Yeah.
Oh, because and then she
And
was
with
so
good
amazing
reason,
in
because
Rant.
what happened after was
Yeah.
their fans.
Did you get
their
that,
fans
Eric?
I
were
heard that
vicious.
one.
Good.
Wait, what happened?
I said she was so amazing in Rant.
Oh, goodness.
That singing ability, my God.
Casa
You
de
know
las
she
Flores.
pulls, like, she's one of the
I
highest.
know.
I know.
Like, when you look around for, like, drag
Yeah.
queens to, like, perform for, like, corporate events and things, she has one of the highest
I bet.
prices, like
Yeah.
the price tags.
As
Because
long
that's
as
what you
she's
can
lip
get.
singing. I mean, that would be great.
But she's now singing.
Huh?
She's singing now.
She
Her live
can't.
shows.
I don't think she's a good singer.
Yeah, but people are buying
I
tickets.
know.
Yeah, they pay for it.
These 14
Wow.
and 16-year-olds, they're just eating
Jesus
it up.
Christ. That's all you need to do is sing slightly off key and look pretty, I guess.
You got to look like that.
Yeah.
That's the thing. There's a
Look
difference.
pretty, yeah.
She does look flawless.
I do
You
have to
cannot
say,
take
when
that
she
away.
came
That's
back
true.
for All Stars, she redeemed herself like nobody's business.
Oh, yeah.
She did.
It was so good.
A bunch of them do that. Like, that's one of the things about this most recent season of the
Yeah.
Drag Race was my takeaway was I came away liking everybody a lot more.
Oh,
than I
yeah.
did
big
before.
time.
Like
Agreed.
Silky got a redemption. Eureka got a redemption.
Raja
Raja
got
was my
O'Hara.
huge
favorite.
Yeah, like it
redemption.
was all these girls that you know, not just in how well they were doing, but just personality. They were more
Oh, yeah.
likable.
You know what's
Yeah.
kind of funny though? I kind of liked all of them already. What's that say about me?
Well, we already know that.
Yeah. Trash. No.
I don't like the winners.
I know you're excited for Drag Race Italy.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about it yet. Actually, but I'm
not
very
a lot
excited to
has
watch
come
it.
out about it, but they did release some of the these girls are crazy.
They
Like,
look pretty put together, which I'm
They
surprised
do?
by.
Well, like
The-
the Spain, I mean, they really came
Yeah.
out hard.
Yeah.
So-
Italy looks like it's gonna be high drama, high.
I can't imagine.
So-
Oh, I know. Look at this.
Look
I
at
mean,
this
I've
one.
only been to drag. Shut up. I've only been to drag shows in Rome, but
Yeah.
now that I'm thinking about it, because like in Milan, if you have like a drag queen there, I'm like, oh, there are stores in Milan where like stuff falls off the truck.
Yeah.
So they have like designer brands and stuff that they could access pretty easily. So it might be pretty good. They look
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So
I think
I
that's
was
amazing.
surprised by that.
I'm
but
waiting for the World All Stars.
that
Get all the
would be
winners
awesome.
and
Yeah.
have them.
That would be
Put them
great.
all,
Yeah.
Put all the winners on an island.
Yeah.
I want to see BB Sahara and go at it.
and Lawrence Chaney.
And Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Chaney.
Wow.
That would
Yeah,
actually
it would be
really
amazing.
fucking- I'm sure it's going there.
Bimini got robbed.
It's going to be
Huh?
on
I
BBC.
Bimini got robbed. Bimini,
Bimini
I
did.
loved Bimini.
Bimini was
Bimini
my
I
favorite.
agree with you.
Yeah.
100%.
she's like the one
Her
who's
outfit,
really working.
yeah.
Yeah, she's
And even right now, after her stunt on Drag Race, she's doing amazing.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
getting booked. She's
Yeah.
with
yeah.
what's a big modeling agency? I forgot which one it was. Whatever. One of the like the Tyra Banks kind of.
Yeah.
the lead or
Ford,
something.
Yeah,
Lily,
yeah. She's with them.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
She did a runway show with some designer. I forget who.
And she,
Yeah.
and she did like Vogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did very, very well.
I feel like I'm drunk and going on tangents.
Now you are.
but I do want to talk about something. Did you guys see the Dolce and Gabbana fashion show? That
Of course,
happened
you
in
know
Venice?
my obsession. When I get stoned, I go to Fashion Feed and watch
I
all of the
was
collections.
fucking living
Is-
for that.
Wait, was it the fall collection?
No,
The one
no,
in Milan.
Tony. It was in Venice.
Okay.
Dolce and Gabbana is a pretty controversial designer
Yes.
for some stuff that
Because they
said.
say a lot of
Yeah.
terrible,
yeah,
Terrible
things,
Yeah.
which as gays
self-hating.
you wouldn't expect.
Yeah.
There was a massive hailstorm,
That's the one I watched that one.
and
yeah.
people were like ducking and
Yes.
screaming. I was just like, "This is pretty funny." I was
Yes,
living for it.
I
but-
remember that one. Yeah,
It's like God
Okay.
did not like your
Yeah,
fashion.
this
No,
isn't.
God is
working out.
punishing you for being assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How do you feel about gay, adoption now?
I know, and I'm like, God.
They're like, I love it.
fuck is
Make
wrong
the
with
hail
them?
stop. I love it.
That was pretty funny.
Here's
Yeah.
if you watch, they really did some stunt casting, and so like P Diddy, who's
Yeah.
now calling himself Love or whatever.
I don't know.
His daughters are gorgeous. They're like 14, 15 years old. So he had the twins and the other one. I don't know what their names are, but anyways, they're twins. They walked in the show. So and I was like, and I'm a person who like will go through stories at night. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like go
Yeah.
through people's Instagram stories. So he had so much about it, and it was actually very earnest and very sweet, like how
Yeah.
proud he was of the girls.
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking like these shots are so amazing. How annoying would it have been if you were sitting next to him and all these camera people kept flying around you? Because they were getting
know.
the best reaction shots of him. But it was just like, how much did this hinder everybody else as the show was going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder
true.
if I was like be near him, I would just be giving like evil eye scowl. That ruined the picture.
He's actually a long time ago, we dealt with him, and I've dealt with Kanye West, and both of them are really nice, and they tip well.
I was gonna
Really?
say he seems like a nice.
He
one.
seems nice.
Yeah.
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 So those are
Interesting.
people-
You know, Dita Von Teese. She's bringing her burlesque show to the mainstream. Like you can get it on TV now, and she's gonna have the first burlesque trans performer in her next show.
She's doing like a competition show.
No, it's like her show that she has in Vegas is gonna be televised.
Oh, cool.
Just like the one time.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she's bringing in, so she's going to have, I think it's Cassandra Cass. She's the first trans burlesque performer who's going to be on it. I
Have
thought
you
that was
seen
cool.
Cassandra Cass?
No, have you?
Oh my God, the body is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's gorgeous.
Now I want to
Like,
look.
I know, right?
Yeah, Cassandra Cass. Is
I love Dita Von Teese.
She wears like
Reminds
a
me
piece of
of
tape.
Nina Balvan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've-
Fucking love Nina.
I
Yeah,
know,
Nina's
Nina's great.
amazing.
I was just texting her last week.
Really? She is a classy person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I'd been able to sell her my parents' furniture.
Oh, I know.
Sorry, Nina. They are very touch and go.
Yeah, she'll be on the show in a couple weeks. She'll be
Oh, she
back.
is?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I
love her.
She's
Lovely.
she's been on a few times.
Yeah.
She's one of our go-tos. I love her.
Yeah.
She's so sweet.
Nice.
And
I've hired her
gorgeous.
for like random jobs, and like I was
Yeah.
trying to get her something recently, and then they were like, "We don't have any money anymore." I was like, "Well, then you don't have her."
I love the way she does burlesque. It's so enticing. Just
Yeah.
her taking off a glove and
Oh
the way
my
she does it
gosh.
is ridiculous.
Well, she's got that like Nicole Kidman perfect
Yeah.
skin.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my
Yes.
God.
it's so
Seriously.
true.
It's like a glass of milk. You're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Her burlesque show was really cool. I hope
Oh, yeah,
that's
when
something
we-
that comes back.
Yeah.
Off
Martinis.
break, yes, we were talking about martinis maybe coming back.
Yes,
Yes.
Martini's
Yeah.
above fourth.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
something to look out for.
They
everybody.
posted an ad that they're hiring for a lead chef and opening as martinis still. So that
Which
was
is
great.
great
So
news.
cute.
Yes.
Well,
I hope
smart.
I hope there's still going to be a cabaret space, right? They should.
Yeah, they
I
should
hope
be.
so, because it was the only place that you would see like live entertainment like that, besides like the North Park Observatory, and that's
Yeah.
so big that
Yeah,
you can't
it's
fill that.
huge.
house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where Martinis, they brought in great people. Jackie B, Coco Peru was there.
Trixie
Chris
Mattel.
Bunny, Trixie Mattel, huh?
Lady Bunny, was
Lady
in there.
Bunny, yes.
and then the local contingent too.
Oh,
like Kenny
yeah.
Yard and Lee Scarrett, and like these. Really
Lee Scarrett used to do her show every month there with like up and coming San Diego talent as far as musical theater and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she's a trip. Lee Scarrett's a trip.
She's my favorite. I've text her and like talked to her on her porch
Yeah.
about random like sad things.
Yeah,
she's like one of
she's-
those kind of people who's like the salt of the earth.
Yeah.
like,
If you're in San Diego, she's like a San Diego theater like icon.
she's a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her studio too. The kids that she trains that come out of there. We
so good.
we hire them a lot
Yeah.
for different things, and so we'll like write like a custom lyric to like the song from Matilda, but use it for like UCSD's like
Yeah.
fellowship program or something. And so we'll bring in her kids to come and sing, and the way that they just are so right on. They look
Yeah.
at her. It's eye contact. Yes, Miss Lee. Thank you, Miss
Yeah.
Lee. Hi, Mr. D'Angelo. Like they just, like, it's just very like it's. She's regimented. you know?
Years and years ago, like in my 20s, I designed a show and she was in it. Her and Now Carter were doing a benefit concert. Yeah,
Nice.
and I did the costumes for that.
Oh,
And she
beautiful.
was so. That was the first time I entered. Like really.
I
knew
wonder
her.
if you worked with Anthony on that.
Maybe, probably. It
Yeah,
was
because I
so
think Anthony
long ago.
produced that with Nell. And
Was it at the Del Mar?
I think so. It was
Yeah.
before we were dating.
Yeah,
so,
it was
yeah,
Del Mar. I remember that. Yeah, I was working costumes
So you
for
worked
that.
with him.
Yeah,
For that. That's
that was
funny.
a long time ago.
Yeah, that's so funny.
And we had to do these headpieces, and it got really windy. I remember, and they kept like almost flying off. And the girl, the lady that I was working with, it was two of us doing costumes. We were just like, "Please just stay on the head, please."
I might
Now
be able to
Carter,
find you a
by the
video
way,
of this.
now Carter was hilarious. She smoked like a fiend, and like when we had to go in and do the fitting, she just butt naked, did not.
What
give
show
two
was
shit.
she on again?
She was on. She was a
Give Me a Break.
Give me a break.
Give Me
yeah.
a Break.
Which I love that show.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've
And
not
she
heard
did
that in forever.
Ain't Misbehavin', the original Broadway cast. Yeah.
Yeah,
And a bunch of other stuff.
I might have video of that at the office.
Oh my God, really? I
They
would
were
love to see
archiving
that.
recently.
That was
so
so long ago. I was like 22.
I'm gonna
23?
ask and see
yeah.
if it's around.
It was a long time ago. But yeah, Lee was in that concert with her.
That's so funny.
How weird.
That was before I was here, but I know about it.
When he said 22 or 23, I thought he said 1920.
Oh, shut up. I hate you, you fucking bitch. Okay, since your show is all about stuff that you can binge watch, I'm
Okay.
going to do this rapid fire. I have some categories, and you're going to name, D'Angelo, the first thing that comes into your head
Okay, let's see if
that
I can do
people should be binge watching or doing.
this. Am I smart enough for this?
I don't know. Well, it's very random. And
Well, I've been really random lately, the shows I've been watching.
If
Okay,
it's a
ready?
Tony game, you're
Okay.
definitely smart enough.
I hate you. Why are you here? I hate you. I hate you. You're such a bitch.
Bring me the ice.
Wait, here's another one for you.
Dirty whore mouth player.
Much better.
That's
Yeah,
better.
that's more like you.
Yeah.
Wait, where's
Anything
the-
else?
Yeah.
Stop having fun with the board.
Oh wait, it didn't play.
I hate you.
Yeah.
That one's probably perfect for it. Okay, we'll start easy.
Okay.
TV show.
TV show
Yeah. Just regular any TV show.
right now
Yeah.
that I'm watching. I would say Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Sitcom. Classic 90s sitcom.
Full House.
Oh, interesting.
Random. Yeah.
Reality TV show.
Survivor.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Recently
I didn't
got
know
like
Survivor.
it's
gotten
been a
so
recent
good.
thing, and I'm a Real Housewives head, and I would always
Yeah,
say
you-
New York, but New York did not do it for me this year.
Are you watching Salt Lake City?
Yes, I will.
Their season premiere comes out, I think,
This week.
This week,
I'm
right?
Bev Hills. I love Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
That's
Beverly
the only
Hills.
one I watch, actually.
It's
I love
it's
it.
doing it this
I
year.
know.
It
I'm
is
the
not-
same way.
And,
I
and
only know
last,
the clips.
and last year was great too.
Last year was
The
okay.
Denise stuff I thought was amazing.
But they drilled into it too much.
What was it?
I
I'd be
loved it.
surprised if we never hear from Denise Richards again. Was that on the Beverly Hills?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's more of like a Trixie and Katja.
That's
reference
right,
now at
yeah.
this point.
Okay. Competition show. That's not Survivor.
Great British Bake Off.
Oh, thank you. Good.
You need
Yeah.
something to make you feel good.
I
Yeah.
I like making it. If anybody watches that, nobody watches
What's
that show.
making it?
It's a crafting.
Amy Poehler, Nick
and
Ostrom.
Oh,
I love Nick
no.
Armstrong. He's so
Really?
It's so funny.
Oh.
What's it
He's
on?
so sexy too.
He is. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's on. Well, I watch it on Hulu, but they just had season 3, and it was
Like,
so
I
Making
good.
think
it?
I think it's NBC because they're both
Yeah.
NBC people.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll check that
I
out.
love it.
Yeah.
I think
It's
it's
a
so
craft
sweet.
show.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like if you're really into like dwell and like doing your own like personal living.
Yeah.
It's home and garden light.
Yeah, I like it.
And
I
them
can't
two
do
as a
it.
host are incredibly funny.
Oh, I
Okay,
bet.
but you know what? I
What?
got into this Canadian show recently because I don't know why I got into like the food competition shows.
Okay.
but nothing on the Food Network. I'm not really like
I
into
don't-
that,
yeah.
but
I
I'm
don't
into
like
the
the
like
Food
the
Network.
ones that are on other places.
Yeah.
And there was the Great Chocolate Showdown.
What?
Okay.
Chocolate?
Yes,
I feel like I've heard of
and
this.
everything has to do with chocolate. And the first season was great because the competition shows usually show you the most diversity
Yes.
and that sort of thing. And so this one, it's like all the men were gay. You know what I mean? Like they just and like the women were just. One of them was like an art teacher. you know,
Yeah.
so they just had this talent to put things together, and it was just a fun, feel-good show. And
It
a
was it.
Canadian show.
It was.
It's on Hulu.
Canadian, right?
Yeah.
There's one that I was obsessed with on HBO was Great Pottery Throwdown, which
Really?
I'm upset. I
I
was
almost
upset
watched
because it's like Great American or British Bake Off.
Uh-huh.
They're so sweet to each other and they cry.
Is
and
it a
they
BBC
support-
show originally?
I think so. Yeah.
See, the thing is I think the BBC shows are a little bit nicer.
Yes.
because
Yeah.
They don't win a purse. You don't win.
Yeah.
You don't
Right.
win money because it's public.
No,
broadcasting.
and they all help each other, and
Yeah.
they're just so
Yeah.
rooting. Like I love it. It's all pottery. I love
I
it.
just want to see somebody go on the BBC show and just be a total bitch.
Total.
See, like, what happened.
like just a total asshole and be
Yeah.
like, you know what? Fuck all of you.
Yeah.
British Bake Off. It's like I smashed her cake. You know what I mean? Like,
British Bake Off with Gia Gunn.
Gia Gunn.
They,
Yeah.
did, they did try doing an American version, and it flopped.
Flopped
Yeah.
big
But
time.
There is a new season of GBBBO coming out.
it is
Oh,
like
yeah,
this
I
next
love
week.
that show.
I think.
Yeah.
I think it starts on the 24th or something.
It does.
Can't wait.
I have such a mind for stupid shit, you guys.
You what? Oh, I'm the same with movies.
Yeah.
Movies are my thing. Like you name it, I probably have seen it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's- Okay, music. Band you're obsessed with right now, or a musician.
We're back into Aliyah. She's back on.
I know.
streaming.
Did you see that? That is
Yeah.
so cool. There's a whole generation that is not aware of Aaliyah.
20 years has passed since she
Yeah.
died. She
Wait,
died.
wow.
She died 20 years ago. Like
She's on
August.
Spotify. She's on the streaming now.
Yeah.
you
Oh,
is
can
she
get
not?
They just
No.
no.
Yeah,
her
the-
family was keeping it out of there. And
Yeah.
like, it was just this whole thing, and so now
Yeah.
Oh,
they
shit.
released like one in a million last month, and then like 2 days ago, the Aaliyah self-titled finally
Yep.
dropped.
Oh,
So it's now and it's been remastered. So it sounds
oh, good. I need to
So-
go listen to that. that.
Yeah,
Do it on the
Ben
way to
and
the bar.
Aaliyah.
Yeah.
And then besides that, it's probably like Doja and like a little
Okay.
bit of, like,
Okay.
Billy and that sort of thing. So just
What is your when you're in a little bit of a down mood? What do you go for? What's your listen to?
Christian music? No.
I knew it! I knew it! There it is. There's a controversy right there.
Yeah.
He's a closeted Christian.
No.
Okay, Tammy Faye.
Down music is like Erykah Badu. First
Oh,
album,
I saw her in
Baduizm is
concert.
the best album
I
I've
love
ever
Erykah.
Twice.
Yeah.
Amazing in concert.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tammy Faye,
I
did you
had
see
seen that.
Jessica
Chastain?
Chastain.
Yeah.
I know.
Jinx.
Gee-
We both at the same time.
I know.
I cannot wait.
it looks.
It's only
I
going to
love
theaters
it.
though. It's
yeah.
based off of the
Documentary.
the
I'm
documentary.
so excited to see it. But side Jessica Chastain note.
Yeah.
Did you see the Oscar Isaac and her on the red carpet thing?
And
Yes.
smelling her armpit.
Yeah. I thought it was
What's going
super
on
hot.
there?
It was very hot.
He's beautiful though. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, they
Like,
both
They
are.
both are gorgeous.
She's
Ridiculous.
so
and
beautiful.
also too, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez showed their first PDA, made it official. They were just at some award thing,
Yeah, no, I don't know.
and they
it's
were like,
Cannes or something, but
yeah,
I
kissing,
can't
and
believe
they're
this
back
is
together.
a thing
they
again.
look amazing.
Yeah, they
I-
no shit they do.
She like whipped him back into shape. I
Yeah,
bet
he
you, the,
looks
the back
amazing.
tattoo probably dissolved. Probably just like it disappeared. Like you know it's gone.
that
I was
fucking
thinking about
back
the same
tattoo.
thing. I was like,
hate
I
that.
forgot about that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
He took a little bit of the death becomes potion.
Oh, and put it on
it
his
just,
back.
It just disappeared.
She just seems more happy. Like it just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope she is.
I mean, the bed didn't get time to get cold. I mean, after it, so
It never has.
No, it never has.
Well, the whole rumor was that he was with the one chick from like Summer House.
Yeah.
Is that A-Rod? A-Rod stepped
Yeah.
out on her and that sort of thing. But I actually did get to interact with the two of them together.
Yeah.
And they were super cute together.
Oh, I
They
bet
always
they
seem
seem
very
like they
nice
would.
But-
together.
You can see it was like his high maintenance and her high maintenance.
Probably.
It just
Canceled the high maintenance
I
out.
think it just probably was just like, who's going to do this for us? Get the remote. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Like,
They're like,
that
I
kind of thing.
can't reach, but it's like right there.
Who took my charger? Like
So it's
what are those
bashy in a
conversations?
relationship.
Yeah, it's
There you
actually-
go.
very
I don't know
high
what you're
maintenance.
talking about.
Very high maintenance. Oh, so wait, what was I going to ask you? Your down music is
I said Erykah Badu.
Erykah
probably.
Badu,
That's
okay.
like Baduism. Specific.
She's great in concert. She's amazing in concert. But I was gonna say, for people who have not seen the original documentary, In the Eyes of Tammy Faye, go watch the original.
It's on like Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
amazing.
so good.
There's a lot of cool shit on WoW.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
really good.
I need your login again.
See, I will pull like right now. I pull the ripcord because I have not paid for WoW for like 2 months. Because as
Yeah.
soon as like the drag race
Yeah.
ends, it's like okay, I stop
Yeah.
and then I'll go back,
back
in and
to
then
Oh, is
I'll-
that what happened?
I
I'll get
canceled
on.
it.
That's what I did with Paramount.
I canceled
I'm like,
it to get
I-
Paramount Plus.
Yeah, I'm done with
And
Paramount.
I canceled
Oh,
Paramount
yeah,
Plus too.
Paramount.
It was like,
to get WoW Presents.
I watched it and I was like, I'm done. So I'm taking a month
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
And then I'll jump back on.
We
this.
all did
Okay,
the
next
same.
category is social media. What's your platform of choice that you go into
Ooh,
a
that's a
K-hole
good
with?
question.
That's a good one.
Instagram.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Instagram is like
No
my
TikTok?
place. I
Mine is
love
TikTok.
TikTok, but I'm gonna fight with them right now. So
Why?
we're just not
What did
having
you
it.
do?
I didn't do anything. I think
Point to the doll.
when you
Point to
sometimes-
where they.
yeah. What ends up happening is like you just TikTok is made for little white kids who dance. You know what I mean? Like that's really
is
what it's
true.
made for. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, controversial, but whatever.
No, it's not.
But like
No.
and the thing is they put their people of color content creators and the Black Lives Matters and I have BLM in my profile, so I think it's
Yeah.
one of the things that also hit me down. And then as soon as you just kind of if one of your videos that is meant to cater towards gay men accidentally gets on an FYP for some Christian thing, they will hit
Gone.
you up.
Yep.
So I was getting all these like false like turn offs, that sort of thing. I wasn't able to post for 2 weeks, and I have like almost 18,000 people on that platform. And so, and it was just kind of like, I'm done. I've worked hard enough for this. Like,
see, that's so weird with
so-
TikTok.
I
I'll
agree
drop things
completely
in,
with
but
you.
I'm done.
Yeah, another content creator that I follow, Eric Trevini, he does
Yeah.
gay history.
Yeah.
He
Who's
was
great.
just
If you have
talking
not
about
read his book,
very
it's amazing.
professional, very academic, just says what happened. And some innocuous video of his, he kept getting attacked and was
Yeah.
like gone all the time.
I think I got mine was from there was that one girl and everybody was tagging on top that she was like saying like my coochie yum yum or whatever.
Oh,
She
yeah,
was saying that
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
And then I put a one on and it went viral and it was just like my ding dong woof woof whatever, you know what I mean? And like I said something stupid and I had like 250,000 views within like 48 hours. And then I started getting attacked, and people were like, "Oh, she's underage." I didn't do
So?
anything that had to do with being underage.
Yeah.
I'm fully dressed and blah blah blah. And and then they took the sound off my video,
Oh
and
my
then I
God.
got shadow banned, and then I
Are you
fought
fucking
that.
serious?
I put the video back up. It got like another like 80,000 like.
And
hits
yet
that
she's
sort of thing.
underage and she's allowed to put that out there.
And it has
That's
milli-
where I see
it-
what the
But
problem
it has
is.
millions and millions of people going off of it. It had other,
Yeah.
other
I
creators
don't like
doing
that.
their own like little stitches. It's just if you get hit up a couple times and if you have something like that. So it just kind of got to the point where it's like I have to work on my podcast. I'll do Instagram. It's easier.
Yeah.
And I'm not monetizing this right now.
Yeah.
So TikTok.
It's whatever.
Who cares?
You know,
Yeah.
This is what I noticed with TikTok. As somebody who views it, if you don't specifically put in what you want to follow, whether it's queer artists, Black Lives Matter, they don't show up in the feed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to look
You
for it.
have to specifically
Well, that's
add,
how all
save,
social
save.
media works.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
noticed with TikTok, it's the worst.
It is worse.
It's the
But
worst.
Facebook was just as bad
Yeah.
before they started getting real
Yeah.
with that shit. But
Instagram's a little better. My Discover
yeah,
is
I think
Yeah.
it's a little bit
better.
more.
It's a little bit,
More
but I don't
balanced.
know what
just-
I did on Instagram because I get those soap cutting videos.
Oh,
I love those videos.
And then you'll just like watch it and you're like, who painted this soap? Who cut this soap? Did she just cut her hand? Like I sit there and I will spiral with those.
Yeah.
I get baby Chihuahua videos, and I don't know why.
Chihuahuas.
Yeah,
Well, you
my
like
dis-
chihuahuas. They know.
Yeah.
I'm more corgi though.
It's
I love
racist.
corgis.
That's why.
You
Yeah, it
because you
is.
tell us you like chihuahuas and it's listening.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I was looking up diabetes, and now it's like
All
all
diabetes.
diabetes.
Let's see.
Have you guys ever been the victim of like a content jacking? Like I
Yes.
had put a video out and some person saw it and then reproduced it and then got way more views. But I had like 10,000 to start
Yeah.
with. And I was like, it was the first thing that I kind of did on TikTok and I got very excited about
I
it. But
know
like,
you did.
yeah,
It's like
it
hitting
was
the
cool.
lottery.
Yeah, a little bit. But
That's
then
like the one
I was
thing
pissed.
where we're the worst at with this show is social media.
Yeah.
We're the worst.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just
It's not,
don't.
it's not easy.
It's
Yeah.
not.
I do a couple like corporate things in there. It is so much work. But then when I'm
Yeah.
doing my personal, it's just like I'll throw that out there. Who gives a shit? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
I think that's also why I don't
think
like
about
doing
it.
it.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, I should probably post. It's been a couple days.
Well, I'm just wiped from work doing it all. day. I
Yeah.
want to do it on my off time.
there you go.
It's true. Okay, next category. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Your porn category.
Ooh, good one.
What's your bingeable porn category?
I think Twitter has become the place to find like bingeable.
Oh,
porn.
it is.
It
It
really
is.
is.
Yeah, like I think Twitter like became the new Tumblr, and so I think that's.
But
kind of
okay,
like the
what
place.
is your porn genre that you look up and watch? Do you have a specific genre you binge?
I don't look up genres anymore. Like that was
Okay.
like I think it's more of like a Twitter like, oh, that person's interesting. I'll follow the OnlyFans for a month.
and then
Take my name like right back off. Like unsubscribe. You know what I mean? Like, and if it's like $9.99, it's like, but if it's $8.99, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing.
all about those
so it's
discounts.
usually like, oh, I want to see that person naked. Let's do it. You know?
yeah, and you do it
Yeah.
for a month, and you're like, I saw you naked. I'm good.
I'm done. I'm out. But yeah, I think you just stumble upon.
Okay, let's say Twitter wasn't around and you only can use Pornhub. What would you type in for your look?
I think I would put like in like Harry Daddy or something like.
Oh, okay.
Like I think that's just like an old standby. Like
Harry Daddy.
it's the first like kind of a
Thing
thing,
that
or
comes-
like something like that. Like usually it's like
What about you, Bashi?
Orgies.
Of course. Eric?
Depends on my mood.
Also
True.
true.
True. Oh, yeah, fist.
Yeah, actually, yeah. If I'm in that mood.
Yes, we know. We know.
I like the whole fisting thing is I completely can appreciate it. You know, I've never taken a fist, but
That you knew of.
the thing is there's no.
You know.
I know.
You always
you know. You walk funny.
Rob
these days or
didn't.
something.
No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm
Oh.
totally kidding.
She's not here to defend
I
herself.
know. It's her fault. No.
She's not listening anyway.
She don't listen.
You guys are gonna get letters.
Oh, add it to the list. At this point, add it to the list.
I wish we got hate
We
mail.
do talk about fisting a lot on
We
this
do,
It
show.
happened
actually.
kind of
It's
like,
fascinating.
Since I
It
joined.
is. Since you joined.
Yeah.
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 Have you fisted somebody, D'Angelo?
I think I have.
Why did my voice
yeah.
go up?
Yeah, it was really high pitched.
Have you fisted someone, D'Angelo? There we go.
Yeah. It's been years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like My
Would you
husband's
get
not taking a
fisted?
fist. I don't think I would.
What if your husband was like, "Girl, we're doing this. This is
I
my
hope he doesn't
birthday.
say girl.
I know. I'm just saying. This is my birthday, and this is my wish."
I don't know. Let's go to Disney.
He said, "If I come fist you."
On the small world.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Well, he's like, guess what I did? The whole ride is just for us, and I'm gonna fist you right when we're going through.
I think that there has to be some that's a lot of preparation. There's
yeah.
a lot of
He's like, you got a
things that need
week
to go into this. Yeah, I don't know. I would think about it. 'Cause
Yeah?
I'm with somebody, but for me to be just some guy to text me this week and just be being on the apps and scrolling, somebody's like, I want to fist you tonight.
No.
I think I'd rather have the
No.
Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion.
Is that what you call it?
Or is that what they call it when they when you get fisted?
I feel like there does need to be a sex act called a haunted mansion.
There
I
should
haven't
be.
thought
Probably
about
is.
that yet.
Just Google
Yeah,
it.
I'm sure there
It
is.
exists.
Crystal
The
ball, maybe. I don't know.
The crystal.
Yeah. But no, I don't think.
You don't think you would?
I've never desired it, so that's the thing. It's you have to be into something, and I would hope that the person that I'm with would have
What
that.
kink have you not tried that you really, really want to, but you're just like, I haven't pulled the Band-Aid off for that one yet? Is
I
there one?
honestly don't know, because the thing is, if I don't want to try it,
You
I'm
don't
not
do
going
it.
to. But
See, I'm
if
the
it's
same way.
if it's something that I want to try, I probably have done. I'm 40 years old. Come on, you know what I mean? I'm not the spring chicken. So I had a really fun 20s.
Oh yeah, so did
know,
I.
and so it's like
I'm
that,
older
so-
than you. I got a couple years on you.
Yeah.
so.
So I mean, I would expect that hopefully have.
Is there anything you haven't done?
What do you mean that I
just
haven't
said
done, that I've
fisting.
wanted to
Fisting,
do?
yeah, he hasn't been
Well,
fisted.
I haven't been fisted, so
Okay.
I mean that's
Okay.
something, and it's not something I really want to do either, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I want to say my first experiences when I was younger was with this guy who had full dungeon in his basement. You know what I mean?
I've never encountered that.
How old were you?
Yeah.
So
was
it's
it your
the-
first?
I was
experience?
22, 20, and I was
Oh,
young.
shit.
It was
That's
my
a
first
pretty
experience. But
big
it was
experience.
I was living in
Yeah.
New York at the time, and I was living in Brooklyn, and he lived a few blocks away, and we had just started hooking up here and there, and then he explained that he had this dungeon experience, and it was very much I was young, and so you try different things, and there was just some things, this isn't for me. I'm not into pee. I'm not into come as my
Yeah.
bodily fluid,
Yeah.
but I don't really want you spit in my face either. You
Oh
have to
God,
be
I would hate that.
that's
I
a
had-
moment that you have to be completely there. You know what I mean? And then-
Eric got real excited.
Both Bash and I just looked down.
Down,
just like,
guilty.
but that's the thing. So when you're there, if you're in the heat of the moment, that's one of those things that okay, you're just gonna just fold into whatever the situation is.
Fold in the
But
cheese.
yeah,
I do have a funny story about spitting. This is when I was in my early 20s.
Did you slap somebody?
Yes,
I
because
knew it.
you know me too well. And I went. One, they did not warn me and
That's
say they
not
were
a-
going to do it,
well-
and I was
Wow.
on my back, and they spit at me. And I said, "What the fuck?" And I smacked them across the face. I was like, "Don't do that."
Did
no.
that turn him on by being smacked?
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, it made him come faster, but
no, you have to you should know those things and
Yeah.
yeah,
have a little bit of consent in there.
Thank you.
So you're not
Speaking of, did you read this article? This article came out this week that California is going to be passing a law about it's going to be a criminal act now if you remove the condom during sex and not tell your partner.
which should have been
It
one.
should-
Yeah, it
Thank
should
you.
be.
But it's finally getting passed. It's a bill that's it's attached to another bill when I was reading it. But it's probably gonna be passed, and it's not gonna be deal with jail time. You can get sued and heavily fined if you're
It
found
just
guilty.
seems like one of those things that
yeah.
they're focusing on that, but what is the bigger thing? that needs
Exactly.
to be
Yeah.
in the periphery.
Yeah.
because it's a weird. I don't know.
But still, just the act of that, at least they're criminalizing it because
yeah. Well,
And-
and the thing is, you think of it as a gay man, and we just think about it all the STI things that you can
Yes.
kind of get, or
Yes.
what is somebody's end game for that kind of an act.
Yeah.
But then when you think about it on the other end of a straight person and a
Oh,
marriage
yeah.
of a guy who wants to trap somebody and that sort of a thing, there is.
or a woman getting pregnant.
Yeah.
That's
because-
what I mean.
Yeah.
A guy who
and
wants to trap his female.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with a baby or something
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
I
just
think
that.
it's fine.
I'm just how are they going to? I mean, that's
How do you prove it?
yeah.
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 Because
That's where I think you're.
I
gonna
think we've
get
all
gray
probably
area.
had the experience where something slipped off too.
Oh, yeah.
it happens sometimes.
Well, it's just there's so many schematics about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You can like go into the woulda, coulda, shouldas, and the whole thing has to do with consent. If you're full on having sex with somebody and they say, get off of me, you get off of
Yeah,
me.
absolutely.
Because, I mean, like that. So it's the same kind of a thing that
Yeah.
you're caught up in the heat of the moment and everything else, but you need to be listening to what your partner is putting out there.
I actually
Exactly.
started watching a show on Netflix that deals with this exact thing called Deaf U.
Oh.
It's about Gallaudet University in DC.
Yeah,
Actually,
where
I was
you're
like, oh, I'm just
going.
gonna watch this for my neighborhood, and then I was like, this is a good.
What
show.
is the preference for the show?
You mean the what?
What is it about?
Oh, okay. Did you say preference or
Preference for what is the show about?
Oh, is preference?
I
is
don't
that
know.
what that
just,
means?
Just do
Oh,
it.
okay.
No.
God
It's
damn
about
it.
a deaf.
We've been
university.
drinking. Shut up. Go.
And it's actually a really good show. I'm learning a lot. There's like a caste system within the deaf community. I had no idea.
Like a
about it.
hierarchy?
Yeah.
What?
There are people within the deaf community who have only ever spoken ASL, and they're like the rapid fire signers, and they're called like elites within the community. And then there's people
Okay.
who are born to hearing parents,
Yeah.
who are not as exposed and don't sign as much or as quickly, and they're kind of like looked down upon.
That's horrible.
I know. I was like, I had no idea about any of this, and like, it's a
Oh my
crazy show.
God.
It's really good, and there's a lot of stuff that they're dealing with. It's like,
Yeah.
it's just, I don't want
What's
to
it
say
called? Deaf
entertaining.
You? Is that
Yeah.
the one on Netflix?
I know. I was like, I kind of don't love the name though, but yes, it's on Netflix.
See, they
Oh, I
do
wanna
those-
check it out.
because they had the one about autism too. That
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I
It's
watched
nice
that
to
one.
watch
It was
that
Lovely
really
too.
good.
spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah, dating for somebody for so long who was on the spectrum, it was very eye-opening. What he was, we all know that. He even talked about it. God
Yes,
damn.
yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
before we wrap it up, there is one thing I want to ask you about, Dangilo.
Okay.
Because I know you're watching it, American Horror Story.
Yes.
Because these idiots don't watch it.
I love
You're not
American Horror
idiots,
Story,
but you guys don't watch it.
even though I'm not always happy with how it ends.
Okay, so this season, I guess they've done like 2 American Horror Stories. They had stories, which were individual episodes, and they were their own little.
So it's like, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
yes,
It was
thank
like
you.
that.
Perfect.
Okay.
It was like, remember that show Friday the 13th? Also, like
I
when we were,
used to
like, kids?
love that show.
With, like the old
the redhead girl. Yeah,
and it was like the antique store.
Yes!
Each thing had a story.
Oh my
to
god,
it.
I'm so glad you know that show. Nobody
So
knows that show.
That's what this show reminded me
Yeah.
of. Did you ever see that? Like
I don't-
It was so
like
good.
Like the premise sounds.
there was
really-
like one episode where there was like a teacup, and like the
And
teacup had like vines on it. And
I
it
feel
like I
poisoned
have
people.
seen this.
Or the monkey. There was the monkey episode. They did the monkey paw, which is a classic story.
Oh,
But yeah.
oh, yes.
So,
I
that's
didn't
so it
know
was
you
this
remember
old
it
series
now.
from like the 80s, and
Yeah.
that's
so
what
good.
this series kind of
Yeah.
reminded me of.
What did you think of the stories? Were you happy with this season? I was a little like
It felt like they used a bunch of spec scripts. Like they were
Okay.
just like, "Hey, you want to write a script for American Horror Story? You can use a couple of the characters. You can use the location. Let's do this."
Yeah.
And it got a little messy near the
It
end. Like the first
did.
ones, I was on board
with the
you know?
rubber girl and
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you guys mean by messy? Like production? Or?
They just don't know what
The
to
story.
do with the story after.
Oh, the
It
scripts
kind
were a
of
little off
because they
then.
only have like an hour, right? So it kind of some of them felt rushed and not very full, if that makes any
It
sense.
was like they put a bunch of TikToks together.
yeah.
And so it was just like it was that kind of situation. So
But they do have the newest season, which is double feature, which the first part takes place in Provincetown.
they're giving away our gay secret.
I heard that.
know.
Yeah.
It's- what do you
they
think
exposed
so
some
far?
kind of cruise spot or something?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like they're dealing with like meth, like they're dealing
yeah.
with
Macaulay Culkin plays a hooker. Yeah, it's
yeah,
and
Yeah.
his first lines are like, "Oh wow, you look like a power top." yeah,
and they're on the dick dock. They're-
Yeah.
That
like-
was Macaulay Culkin. I
Yeah.
saw
Oh
that.
yeah,
scene.
Macaulay Culkin's like on this, and
Yeah.
he's wonderful.
Oh,
And it kinda
yeah.
makes, and it makes me
Great.
happy to see him like
Yeah, doing good.
working and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I'm like, God, I forgot he's actually really good actor.
I'm a Home Alone head. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like
I love those
that's
so
my,
the whole
my show.
season's about like kind of vampire-y, but not really.
Yeah.
Like the chemistry, that whole thing about making the pills.
So what it is that they have these pills that people can take, and
Okay.
if you have real untapped talent, passion, something towards that, it enhances it. But what
Okay.
it does is it gives you a hunger, and you can only you can only get that fed with blood.
Yeah.
And you are always chasing that high.
Yeah.
Just like if you do a drug the very first time, is you have the best time the first time. And they actually do that in this.
Yeah, they do.
That one woman, she does drugs for her first time, has the most amazing thing, and she wants more, and he's like, you're gonna always be feeling this way.
Yeah.
So that's how this whole this drug story. But if you do not have talent,
Oh.
if you are just a hack, it turns you into this bloodlusting monster.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're just playing with so many things. I mean, like, they
It's
just-
very interesting.
Yeah.
There is I was going to ask you about this, D'Angelo. There's a part in the show where one of the characters says, "Oh yeah, there's this guy who's a big Hollywood writer, producer, director who comes out here every winter
He was putting a dig out of
create
himself.
Yes,
Yeah.
creates like a hit-winning show, goes back, wins a bunch of awards, and I'm like, oh my god, he's talking about himself, Ryan Murphy.
Put himself in.
Yeah, I thought that was so funny.
It's a little self-indulgent. at the
Yeah,
same time.
it is.
It's also a good analogy for the gay community, which
It is.
is very vampiric.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
But it
So
all takes
suck each
place
other and then
in off
done.
season.
Done.
Yeah.
It's
Wait, what
been,
were you gonna say?
It just all takes place in the off season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like that. But
It's so far. It's a very interesting season. I'm curious to see where it goes halfway through. Because
I've had fun with it. Like it's
Yeah.
it's interesting.
That premise sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you guys haven't gotten to the alien thing yet.
No, I'm excited
That's
for
the
that
second
because we
part.
were talking about this, D'Angelo. Because on Asylum season, they never wrapped up the alien storyline.
Yeah.
So maybe this time around they do. They bring it back.
I would hope so, because they've done that with, like, when Pepper was in Freak
Yeah.
Show, and then they bring they
Even
brought
with
some
Coven
characters back.
and Apocalyptic or
Yeah.
that season,
And
they brought back-
Twisty, the clown, has
Yeah.
been in other seasons, and they bring him back, and so the Coven
think-
stuff and all that.
Yeah.
So
I think the last one that I saw was Apocalypse.
Yeah,
that was a little messy too.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It started strong, and then it felt like they didn't know how to finish it. Right?
That's how that usually is. And so
There's a
But-
lot of Ryan Murphy stuff. It's either starts really strong, ends kind of weak, or starts weak and then ends really strong. It's never usually
the only
the entire way.
Consistent.
The only season so far of American Horror Story that I thought was complete was Coven.
Oh yeah, by
Yeah,
far.
by
or
far.
even the first one.
Naughty
Oh
Pie.
yeah, with
Yeah.
Murder Home. Yeah,
Yeah, Murder
Yeah.
House was
Murder
yeah.
House. Yeah.
Murder House was excellent. I did like
Yes.
that one a lot.
It was really good for their like coming out of the.
Didn't
gate
they
with it.
revisit that?
They did, and
They keep going back to the house. It's part
Yeah.
of like
Oh,
in stories they revisit it. They revisit it in Asylum and Coven.
it was.
it's
it was
And
like-
even in Apocalyptic, they did, or right?
Yeah.
yeah, they go back to find the source. It's a whole
that's
thing.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's the last time
Oh my
that I
God.
saw it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah, American Horror Story. I love it. Watch it.
I'm
It's
into it. And
good.
Chad Michaels was
Yes,
recently on
and
Eureka.
Eureka. Yeah, she had like a part.
Yeah,
She
So,
had a
like,
death scene, a jump scene. Good for
Spoilers.
her.
Yeah.
I was like, you go. Good. Not a very good actress, but you go. You're trying.
She did something.
She did. She tried. I loved it.
I love these drag queens like in mainstream television
Yeah.
now, getting
like
parts.
Jiggly
Yeah.
Caliente and Pose.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Katya and Bob were just in Lucifer. The episode I saw.
Oh,
last
I
night.
haven't. I'm not caught up. Don't tell me.
Sorry.
But them two. Okay, Katya's
Jackie
actually.
Cox,
love-
Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about Days of
Somebody
Our
just-
Lives. Yeah.
She
Yeah.
plays Lisa Renna with Lisa Renna.
Rena. Yeah.
They are leaning so far into the camp on Days of Our Lives.
I love it.
I'm not even watching it, but I keep getting sent clips. I think
I do
Gunther
too.
just literally texted me another one. But like,
You know what show I was soap opera was All My Children with? Yeah, that's
we
what
were,
my grandma.
We
Erin
were a
King, yeah.
huge General Hospital family.
And
mine was-
Passions.
Mine was Days of Our Lives. That's what my mom
I was
watched.
Guiding Light.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you remember
Reba
One
and
Life
the
to
Red.
Live?
Yes,
Yes.
my mom used to watch
Live.
that. She was obsessed with General Hospital,
Yeah.
and then she would watch Young and the Restless,
Oh yeah.
which was okay.
I liked
I
Passions.
did like Passions too.
It was
yeah.
crazy.
That was
With the-
batshit.
with the little
Passions.
puppet
Timmy,
and yeah.
Timmy, the little boy.
Yes, Timmy.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is a podcast called Passions, the podcast, and there's these two hilarious girls. They dissect every episode of Passions.
That's
It's
amazing.
so funny.
I hope
I
They're
want to
putting-
do that with Gossip Girl.
Oh,
I want
they
to do
just
that.
my friend's a showrunner, or she works on Gossip Girl. They just did the new season, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just
In
did
the
the new one, but I mean like the old one.
Oh, the original.
So
yeah,
I got into the new one and I was like watching because I'm into like sleek New York life. Give me
Yeah.
a delicious set. Like let me see
Yeah.
all like the textures. And that's the reason why I like Ryan Murphy stuff is
yeah,
like,
because
he's
it's all
like-
color.
Yeah.
You get Ratchet, not so good, but the
visuals.
visuals,
sets,
Yeah.
stunning.
Costuming.
And so that's the
Great
same thing that
too,
happened
yeah.
with the other show. It's just like
Yeah.
it was like I loved it.
Oh, interesting.
So but that's what happened to Gossip Girl. Is it was like, oh, I was into that, and so then HBO was like, hey, watch
Yeah.
the old one.
Yeah.
So I watched the whole.
You did? You binged it?
And I hadn't seen it since the very first
Yeah.
time. But I just
Yeah.
kind of like had it on in the background as I was working on things. I was cleaning, and I forgot so many of the things.
Was that the last show you binged? Like an old show where you're like, I'm going to start from episode 1 and go all the way through?
I did that with that, and then more recently, in the past couple of weeks, I got back into the Walking Dead universe.
okay. I need to pick that back up.
Yeah.
How are we on time? Because
Yeah, we should probably wrap it up. This is one of our long episodes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We have so much to talk to
fun.
you about.
Well, I need to have you guys on my show.
Yes,
I would love
for
that.
sure.
We need to do this.
I was gonna say this is gonna be so horrible. The last show I like binged from season 1 to the last one was Gilmore Girls.
Ooh.
okay, I've never seen
No!
I'm a girl.
You are, yay!
it. Okay, I'm gonna pick it up.
I've
I've watched it through like at least like 5
Me
times.
too. Me
Yeah.
too. I've seen it. At least
many
3 or
seasons
4.
are there?
There's
There's
like,
8 seasons.
and then
Oh,
they
there's-
did the
So it's a lot.
reunion,
There's a
which
reunion.
came out like it was a while
It was
ago.
like
right?
5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I read her book, Lauren
I did
Graham's
too.
book,
The biography.
and
It's
she's
so
so
good.
convinced that it's not over.
Yeah. Oh, she's still living as a Gilmore
she's
Girl.
She's like Gilmore Girls. It didn't end, right?
Yeah.
Like it didn't. Like she says it in her book. Like
Yeah.
She's like talking to you. And she's
but
like,
it's a great book. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's a great book.
so good.
Yeah. Mine was The Nanny. That was my last.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm watching that now with
Love
with
it.
my
It's
partner.
so
here
good.
and there.
Yeah.
I went on a crazy Buffy.
Oh, Buffy's so good.
Like I didn't leave. Like when
so
quarantine
good.
started, I was like, I'm not gonna leave my couch. For the
Oh
next,
my
like,
god!
So you went there.
I love that
8
you
hours.
watch Gilmore Girls.
I watch
'cause
everything,
nobody- I do
'cause-
too.
yeah.
I'm a junkie. When
Those like
That's like my
90s,
crack.
early 2000s classics though should be watched by
I
everyone.
know.
Yeah.
Buffy's great. If, for all of you kids out there who haven't watched Buffy, start from season 1.
It has
It's so
aged
good.
so fucking
yes,
well.
it does.
Like it's so good.
What is
Yeah.
it on? Where can you watch
I
it?
can't even remember where I watched it.
know.
I went on
it's hard
this
to see that
adventure
one
like
from
in
anywhere.
2020, but I
Yeah.
think it was on
Netflix?
No, it was
Hulu?
like on Hulu. yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Because I haven't found it. I need to watch that.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so good.
Oh, but it's been a joy having you on the show today.
Yes, it has.
It
Yeah.
has
This
been
is so
really,
fun.
really fun.
We're
I had so much
15
fun.
minutes
I
over,
know.
so we're good.
I love having somebody on who knows pop culture because these two, not so much.
Hey,
I'm watching Harry Potter.
I know for the
He's-
first time ever.
he's doing better.
He's
doing
doing
Harry Potter?
better.
He hasn't.
I've
seen
never
Harry
And
seen
none of
it.
the Marvel movies.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was
I
my
know.
reaction.
I know.
How do people find you, D'Angelo? And where can they find your podcast, The Bald and Bingeable?
Bald and Bingeable, you guys can find that anywhere you listen to podcasts. So I'm
Yes.
on all the streaming platforms. And then you guys can find me at Dangilo Gogo on Twitter and on Instagram.
There
Those
you
places.
go. And when is the release for your podcast? When does it come out every week?
It usually comes out on Thursdays.
Okay. There you go. Every Thursday. Check it out,
Yes.
everybody. What?
When does
Bashi?
ours come out?
We do Wednesdays.
Oh, okay.
If I remember.
Yeah,
We've been a
podcasting is
little
hard.
late.
I don't know what's going on.
How do people find you, Bashi?
I'm at say my name _bash on Instagram.
There you go. And Eric?
I'm Party Bear Eric. Or yeah, Daddy
This is
Bear.
Daddy Bear.
Whatever.
You can't even
One of
remember your
them.
own name.
Whatever it is this week, find me.
You can follow me. It's Tony_Baloney_Macaroni on Instagram. The podcast is Who Invited Her _podcast on Instagram. We're Who Invited Her SD on Twitter and Facebook. Do not forget to subscribe and leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. It helps us out a lot. And leave your comments below. Let us know what is bingeable. What you guys are watching. I'm curious to know what our audience is doing.
Yeah.
Also, you can go on the website and look up hymns and get all of your hymns and hers merchandise, all of that And our merchandise is on there too. You can get t-shirts, magnets, all of that good stuff. And we will be back next week. You can always email us, thegang@whoinvitedher.net. Don't forget, Red Dress is actually going to be on September 18th. We're going to be there. You can get tickets for Red Dress still, I believe, at reddress.org.
Yeah, they still have some. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. So if you are in San Diego, go check it out. It's for a great cause. And that is it. Thank you, D'Angelo, for joining us. I hope you come back. This is fun.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
It was really, really fun. But that is it for us, everybody. We will see you next week. Bye.